Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial on how to enable Log4j2 logging in the Spring Boot 3. So nowadays basically logging is an important part of any software applications and it helps with troubleshooting and debugging the issues. Like we have deployed some applications in productions. Now let's assume some issues arises. So how we are going to debug that one or troubleshoot one, that what and where these issues is occurred. So for that, based on the log, like how we are enabling the log or how we are providing the log into our any application, based on the log we can easily identify and troubleshoot the issues. So log is very important for any software applications. In addition, it can also be used for monitoring purposes. Like from the uh, if we did logging in such a ways, so that from the log we can easily identify that, let's say we are having the create customer API and we have in like put one log like enter into the customer creation process, and end of this process we have write another log, let's say the ended successfully. So based on this log we can easily do the count, like how much log is for a day. So based on this log we can get the count, that like how much customer is got created into our system. So based on the log we can easily get the idea like how much user is got created. So this is also another purpose, like monitoring purposes we can also use the log. So Spring Boot supports popular logging frameworks such as Logback and the Log4j2. Spring Boot provides a couple of extension actually to Logback and the Log4j2 that may be useful for an advanced configurations. So here we will look into the Log4j extension in a Spring Boot applications. So for writing the any log and other things, basically we need any Spring Boot applications. So as in my last means many of my applications I have explained that how we are going to create Spring Boot applications from the starter start.spring.io. Over there we can easily create the Spring Boot project. So I'm not going into that detail, but over here I've already created one project and imported in my Eclipse project, Eclipse IDE. You guys can use any IDE like either Eclipse or STS or IntelliJ based on your feasibilities. Okay. Now once we have imported this one, the next step what we need to do for enabling the log4j actually we need to add this log4j2 dependencies into our project. So how we are going to add this one in pom.xml file. So like here we need to import this log4j2 dependencies. So as you can like actually by default Spring Boot already imported the like Logback one. So actually we need to exclude that one. So how we are going to exclude that? So either we can exclusion directly over here, like here exclusion, or else there is another way or easiest way, like so how we are going to do this one, like from this dependency hierarchy, as you can see this Spring Boot starter logging. So we need to basically add, it's having a Logback classics, log slf4j. So this basically we need to exclude from this Spring Boot starter web. So right click over here and exclude Maven artifact. So if we exclude this one, exclude this, and okay, so once we exclude this one, then you can see the exclusion tag already over here, it's come over here. So in this way basically we can easily exclude whatever dependencies we don't want to include over here. So using this easily we can exclude this Spring Boot starter logging, means the default Logback one from this Spring Boot starter web. So once we have exclude this one, then we need to import the log4j dependencies into our pom.xml file. So how we are going to use this one? We just need to write this Spring Boot starter log4j2. Okay, so we need to use this one. Okay, we can ignore the version over here as it will be automatically like inherited from the parent one. Okay, so once we have added this one, that means log4j now added into our class path. Now we can use all the properties from this log4j. So once the including like all this pom related and the jar related things we have done over here, next things what we need to do, we need to like create one log4j2.xml file in the resource under this resource folder over here. So here basically we are going to create one xml file which is log4j2.xml. so let me create one file over here. Okay, so we have created this one. Now here we need to put some details over here. Okay, in the log4j2 xml file we can configure the logging properties like log labels, then appenders, then what will be the log formats. I will explain detail what are those keywords like log labels and the appenders and the log format. So the log, so before that, before going the details about that, just let us create the like content of this one, like what basically we are going to keep over here. So as it is a like kind of XML kind of thing, so the like XML tag we can put over here. Okay, after that we can like write this configuration. Okay, configuration. Okay, and here you can say status equals to, let's say, 1. Okay, okay, so this tag we need to put over here. Okay, so this basically configures, actually log4j allows us to configure the logging behavior through configurations files like XML files. Okay, these configurations includes settings for logging labels, log file level appenders, the log format, and the many more over here. So this is the main tag. Under this we are going to add the appenders, then like loggers label and all those things we are going to put over here. So how we are going to put this appenders? So for that there is another tag, actually it's called the appenders. Okay, okay, under the appenders basically we need to define the what kind of appenders it is. So let's say we are going to appender the console appender. Okay, this is another type of appender like console appender. Then like we need to provide the name over here. The name would be like console. Okay, then like target equals to like system underscore out, as we are going to out. Okay, then over here under this tag basically we are defining the pattern layout. Okay, so I will actually like explain these things like what is this pattern pattern layout. Okay, so here basically we need to define the pattern. Like pattern means what will be the type of this. Okay, so I am defining one pattern over here under this pattern layout. Okay, so this is the pattern. I'll talk about this one. So after this basically once we have defined the pattern layout, then and over here we need to define the loggers details over here. Okay, so what the will be the loggers, like the root, what kind of what you can say, what kind of logger level and all those things. Okay, so here the details about this root level is the info level, and here appender reference means this reference basically we are providing over here. Okay, okay, now if we talked about the details of it like appenders, this log4j basically uses the concept of appenders to specify where log messages should be outputted. Okay, the common appenders include the console appenders, then like file appenders, then rolling file appenders, smtp appenders, etc. Okay, we can also like developers can also create any custom appender. So other like things maybe I can try to cover in some another tutorial, else it will be a like a long session. Okay, so like these are the different types of appenders are basically available, like console, file. So console means it will basically print into the, whenever you're going to write, so it will print the log over here in the console. If it is a file appender, then we can write the log into the file. Okay, so that I will explain like how you're going to write this log into the file. Okay, in log4j2, the appender tags basically is used to define the destination or output locations, right? So here the location will be the console. So in the console basically we are going to write this one. So it's having something like the name, like this is the name, then like what kind of appender it is. So these are the like necessary things. Okay, next thing is the important thing is the pattern layout, like whatever the log we are going to print in the console or maybe file, so what will be the pattern of printing the log. Okay, so it's having some predefined things like percentage %d means it will print the date and time of the log event. Even here also we can provide the format of the date and time. So this is the format. You can define any format for the date and time. Okay, this percentage %t means it will be the thread name. This will be the level, like what kind of the logger level, like it's a info or maybe debug or maybe warning or maybe it's a error. So this type of log level we can, it will be pinned, and this is the logger. Okay, so what it will be, it will like logger name, and this will be the message, and this percentage %n means it will be the new line. Now there is a concept, if we want to print the exception, so for that percentage ex is there, so for printing the exceptions. Okay, so there are different other types of patterns also, like percentage %m is there for printing the messages, percentage message also there, that will print. There is another concept which will call the mdc, means mapped diagnostic context. So if we want to add some kind of dynamic values from our application, so those kind of values we can print using means we can use in the log4j over here also, means we can also get the dynamic values and we can set over here. So that also I will try to cover in my next tutorial, the mdc one, mapped diagnostic context. Okay, we are just trying to cover the simple and basic concept over here, like how we are going to printing the log using the log4j. Okay, so this is the like kind of things that and pattern layout is over here. Okay, so next, once we have done all these things, and then basically what we can do, we can just like we can't what you can say, we can't use some kind of logger over here. Okay, now we can't okay, for before that we can defining one log over here, like private, then like static final logger. Okay, if I use this control space, then it will give us the option, the which one we are going to use. So we are going to use this one, log4j.core, right? This one basically we are going to use over here. So we are going to use this interface log4j1. Okay, so here we can give the name over here. Then we are going to use this log manager, this this one log4j, correct? This log manager dot get logger, and here basically we're going to write the name of this particular class. Okay, like order controller dot class. Okay, now this logger is ready now, so we can directly like use this one, logger dot maybe info. Okay, so we don't need all this over here. So here, so like let's say do something. Okay, then like we also we can't give something like maybe we can't debug log, info log, or maybe error log, one log, trace log, all kind of things we can put over here. Let me print this one. Okay, okay, so these are the types of logs we have put over here, maybe info that not required. Okay, so now what we can do, we can just start our applications. Just to start this one, let me run this one. So once it will start, then from the postman we can trigger the endpoint, and it will basically like okay, it's saying this console contains attribute pattern layout. Okay, so I did some spell mistake over here, so that I need to correct it out. So that's why it's saying that in console contains invalid element or attribute pattern layout. So as you can see, here's a spell out, like some typo is over here. So I need to pattern layout, need to correct it one. Okay, and same. Okay, it is already corrected. Okay, now again, like, try to rerun this one. Hope it will work now. Yeah, it started. And now you can see, if we just like try to compare our format, what it is saying now. Okay, already news port. Okay, okay, maybe from over here we can change it to default port 8080. Now if we try to start this one, now it will start. Now just the log is printed over here. So now if we see the printed, like first of all it will print the this time format. So we are getting the formatted one. Then thread name, so it will be the thread name. Then logging level is info. Then the logger, so this is the logger, and then the message. Okay, so in this way basically it is printed. So let me clean this one. Okay, so now over here order and then get payment details. So this basically this API we are going to call over here. Okay, so let me call this one from 8080. Okay, so if I call this one, then payment details, that means API got called successfully, right? And also you can see the log are printed over here, like this is the info log, this is the error log, this is the warning log. Okay, the rest are not warning, are not printed over the debug one, because I have enabled the only like info logged over here. Okay, now instead of this one, if I use this debug, then it will start the, let me rerun this one again. Okay, okay, started again. Like if I send it, okay, we can see the debug login message, right? So debug and the info also, all the things are printed over here. So in this way also you can enable this one. Now suppose if we want to uh, whatever the log, actually basically we can write over here, instead of, means we can write the log into the console. With that also, if we want to write the logs into some like file also, so how you're going to doing that? So for that we can keep the pattern as is, only we need to use the file appender. So how you're going to use this one? So let me add this one. So there is another tag like this, a file. Okay, so it will be a file appender, and the file name will be logs folder. Means under this folder it will create another folder which is called logs, and then the application.log. Under this file name it will like pin the log over here, and the pattern layout will be similar kind of this console. Now what another things we need to do, we need to append as a root level. Okay, so here we need to add this one, appender reference, and reference equals to file. Okay, reference equals to file, that we need to add over here, else it will not add this one. Okay, now if we add this one, once it will be restarted. Now let me refresh this project, because here we can see the log folder got created and also this log file. Now if you can see the logs are also coming over here, right? Now if I clear this one, okay, I cleared over here, also clear from over here. Let me just hit from this postman. Okay, now if you can see it will printed this log over here, and now also from the application log also it will printed the log. That means now what we did over here, we are like printed the log in the console. With that also we are adding those log into the file. Okay, so in this way basically file appender it will work. So this is another also you can do. There are a lot of like another appender is there, database, like while it will log into over here, we are inserting that particular log into the database. So that also I'll try to cover in my next tutorial, how we are going to insert those log into the database. Okay, so in this way basically we can uh, add those things, console appender and the file appender. So these are the benefit, for log4j, we can define our own formats. Okay, so that's it basically actually, for log4j, how we're going to enable this log4j into using this Spring Boot 3. As you can see, it's very easy. We just need to just follow some process. So that's all basically for enabling the log4j with this Spring Boot 3. If you guys have anything, please do let me know in the comment sections. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell icon to stay updated with my programming tutorials. Happy coding. Bye bye. See you in next.